Second part of the question was, why is there disdain for Black Americans by Africans and obviously Caribbeans? Not all, but the majority. Yeah, it's a deep question, as I said in my first response. I lived in America for about 20 years or more when I started understanding America, the underbelly of America. I, as Caribbean Black person, moved to America, and immediately I got a job. I got a job the next week, right? And I did pretty well for myself, and I rose in the industry that I was in. But after about 20 years, I met a woman. I met a woman of Italian descent who came to our office, and our office had, different people. It had Black people from Africa, white people from Africa, Black and white people from America, Asian people. It was just so multicultural, just a beautiful atmosphere within that office. And she came in from another company, and she looked around and she didn't like what she saw. And immediately she started targeting Black women, especially, one after the other, one after the other, one after the other. The ones that she did not target were Black women who worked with her before, who came from the company that she came from. They actually came before her. She came, met them there. She did not target them. She targeted all the rest of us, and I was one of the last that she targeted. In this experience, what happened to me is that my understanding of the treatment of Black America became successful. I started really understanding, because at that point I'm living in America and I'm working, I'm doing what I need to do, and things are coming. I'm earning money, and making a living. When she started treating me that way, the Lord said to me, you cannot respond, you cannot do anything. Literally, God told me to stay right there and take that treatment. Don't respond, don't defend myself or anything. And in that, what God was showing me, what I was learning, was how Black Americans were treated. It opened my eyes to the underbelly of the racism of a certain woman. And I began to see this is exactly how Black Americans were treated. Eventually, I was fired from that position, but I was fired, but gained a lot of wisdom as to how Black Americans were treated. Another thing that happened to us as we come to America, meaning Africans and Caribbeans, we come and we're coming to a brand new experience. We don't have roots. Most of us don't have roots there. So we're like, we come in and we jump in and we're working, right? Anything that comes our way, any kind of jobs that come our way, we take them, because now we're setting up roots. We're now setting up, we're now coming. We have bills to pay, we have rent to pay, we have all of this kind of things that have to happen. So we are there taking the first jobs that come. We don't have a concept that the jobs that we may be doing are exploitative. We're not understanding that the pay that we're receiving it might be much less than we should be receiving, because that happened to me too. That's a lesson that I learned, that I was being underpaid for what I was doing. Even in the industry that I was in, I was being underpaid. Never realized that. More Black Americans who have been living there traditionally for a long while understand the system, understand how America can be exploitative by some white people, understand how we may be mistreated, but we don't, right? So we're also, another aspect of it is that we're also told that Black Americans are lazy, right? So we have this concept that we're here, we're working, we're making a living, we're going up. Why is it that you are not, right? We don't see that you are not, let's say, prospering because we are being exploited. We don't see that. We don't understand that. We also don't know the history of like civil rights or any of that. We don't know that Black Americans and the church pushed forward civil rights. It's because of your hard work and on your backs that we're able to come to America, to be in America, and to, let's say, prosper in America, to get a job or anything like that. We don't understand that, right? We don't understand the history. We don't understand that it is by your protesting, by the brutality that you suffered in the past, that makes that road clear for us right now. We also don't understand that we are preferred when we have an accent, that we are preferred over you because of whatever reason in these people's minds, that they cannot honor you as Black Americans. We don't understand that. We don't understand that when we have a Caribbean accent or an African accent, that we would get chosen over you. We don't understand that. And it's not just us as Caribbean Blacks or Africans, but foreigners generally, right? Indians, for as an example, people from the Middle East. Any foreigner coming to America, we're not educated on the Black experience. We're not educated on the oppression of Black people, the mistreatment of Black people. So in our mindsets, these people can just go out there and get this, go out there and get that. We did not understand that as you built, it was destroyed. As you built, it was burnt. As you built, it was stolen. For example, the Freedman Bank in Washington D.C., where free Black people started their own bank, and then the government just took all the money, took over the bank, took all the money, and you never got back your money. Your ancestors never got back your money, as another example. We do not understand the history and the underbelly of America. So when we make ignorant statements like, oh, Black Americans don't do anything or haven't done anything else, know that it's because we don't know your history, because we don't understand what has happened. For me, it took the Lord taking me through that experience, and I say the Lord for a reason, because it was the Lord that took me through that experience, and it was Him that told me, forbade me to defend myself, forbade me from saying anything. I could not say anything in defense of myself. For me to really understand the Black American experience as a foreigner, I would have been preferred over you, because they want to give the impression that all is equal in America when it is not. It took the Lord telling me to forgive everybody for me to go through the aspect of forgiving that particular woman. And it was a deep, deep, deep hurt. And mind you, all I experienced from her was the targeting of who I am as a person, and to and eventually to be fired. And the hurt that was deep within my own soul was unimaginable. Imagine if I had experienced that systematic oppression, the systematic beatings, the systematic burnings of my property, stealing, right? But the Lord took me through so that I can now forgive and release. And from a position of strength, now I can speak to both people. I do not dislike white people generally. I don't dislike Black people. But I understand that this oppression has come from the satanic spiritual realm.